filled with wisdom, inspiration, and the magic of the LinkedIn family. Let's welcome Cassandra Terry and the rest of the Fam Five.
Hello. Oh, you want to start it again? We don't want to do that. All right. Hello. It is Cassandra Terry. Welcome to the Cassandra Terry Morning Show. We are excited because we are getting closer to the end of another week. So far, so good, right? I hope everybody feels that way. So far, so good. We've gotten Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday behind us, and we are now here for Thankful Thursday, my favorite day because it's the day where we focus on gratitude. Hello, Michael. I see you are here with us. He says, "Good morning, Fam Five," and he's sending hearts. Great to see you. Michael keeps everything looking good for me. He's my virtual assistant out of Nigeria. And I did not know what a virtual assistant could really do for you. I didn't know, but he has elevated everything that I'm doing. So I am so grateful for him and his expertise. And if anybody needs a virtual assistant, I don't keep him busy 40 hours a week. So he's got some availability. And I highly recommend Michael because he has done a fabulous job for me. All the new graphics and things that you see, that's Michael. And he keeps me out there every day. He's helped me get things scheduled so that I'm not every day trying to work. So I'm more organized and I'm more present, and I've got Michael to thank for that. So Michael, thank you very much. Appreciate you and glad that you are here. What time is it in Nigeria, Michael? I'm curious. Let's see if he responds. But in the meantime, it's Thankful Thursday, and I've got four of the Fam Five are here. Eric's got a lot going on this week. Good things are happening for him. He may drop in before we're done, but if not, we are sending him our best. So it's 2:23. Got it. All right. So it's 2:23. Nice afternoon. So you've had a good full day already ahead of you, Michael. We're just getting started here in the U.S. It's 7:23 a.m. So welcome. Hopefully we'll drop something to you to make your afternoon go even better and set you up for a wonderful Friday. Jay's here. I'm thankful for that. Kind of. We had a conversation yesterday. Jay has not been feeling well. So you guys send him love and light and all your positive thoughts, because he's one of those push through type of people. We were just talking before we went live. We think he feels better when he's busy than he does just kind of laying around. So we're going to give him a little grace because we told him to stay away. But he's here with all his cooties. So we just have to hear what he has to share with us this morning the best way that he can. We've got Mr. Content, aka the Dadpreneur, actually in his office and hanging out, ready to go. Usually we catch him in transit because he's getting his daughter to school, but he's actually still today. So I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And my sister, who's coming from Grenada, welcome, Denise Anna Lee. It's always good. My mom said a couple of days ago, it might have been last week, were you sitting there? She said, Denise is sitting there. She looks just like the queen that she is. So she's loving your whole vibe, the light shining down on you, and you just look wonderful and happy. Your joy is showing from the inside out. You just are radiating joy. So I hope you feel as good as you look, because you look fabulous. And we all need to get to Grenada and get some of what Denise has, right, Fam Five? Because she got there and she's just looking and smiling more, looking better, smiling more every day. Michael said, "Get well soon, Jay." So that part of my gratitude for today on Thankful Thursday, that's what we're talking about, gratitude. And this circle of friends who have become family, I am certainly grateful for. And here comes Eric. We'll add him in. I am grateful for each one of you guys. Jay, I'm grateful that you feel well enough to even be upright, because, sickness takes different there's levels to that thing, right? And the fact that even though we're giving you a hard time and telling you that you should be in bed, the fact that you're able to be upright and to communicate and connect with us is awesome. And we are definitely grateful for that. Eric, I think I see your bottom lip shivering. It looks like it's cold out there, man. But we are so glad that you were able to join us this morning. We've got the whole fam five together, and there's nothing better than that. Good morning, Karen. My beautiful aunt just joined on, and so did my mom. Good morning, mother. Folks are coming in from Facebook as well. So welcome, everybody, y'all. You're right on time. We are just about to get started. Glad to see you with the gloves. That'll help cover those extremities. That'll help keep the heat in. All right. So let me start with our quote for the day. And it is, gratitude opens the door to the power, the wisdom, and the creativity of the universe. You open the door through gratitude. So I love that because there's layers to it, right? When you are coming at life, when you're moving through life from a position of gratitude, you open the door to your power. You're seeing the world in a different way. You're focused on what you have versus, an abundance versus what you don't, right? You're not focused on lack. And what we focus on, we see more of. I remember early on, one of the stories that I told that Brian said stuck with him was I talked about, getting excited about buying your new car. And you have been saving, you've been waiting, you've been looking for just the right time to get this car, but you didn't want just any car. You wanted one that was not so average. You didn't see it on every corner, right? So you go find the perfect car, the convertible, the drop top is right, the color is on point. It's going to make you stand out on the road. Because you didn't see it everywhere. You go, you purchase it, you pull off the lot, you probably don't make it 3 blocks before you see that same car. And for the next week, every time, it feels like every corner, there's that car. The car was always there, but now you're more aware of it. You're more cognizant of it because you've purchased it. And so now your brain recognizes it when it goes by. It had been going by, but because you hadn't connected yourself with it yet, you didn't see it as often. So you thought you may be going to get something that was way more unique. But as soon as you purchased it, now it feels like it's on every corner. Your awareness is raised. And so that's the beauty of mindset. What it is you focus on is what you draw to you. It's what you're more aware of, right? So just like that car, if you focus on the things that you have, if you're looking to live a life of abundance, you have to focus on abundance. Sometimes even in our prayers, even in our goal setting, even in our dreams, we're talking about the things that we don't want. Well, guess what? If that's what you focus on, that's all you're going to see is what you don't have, right? But you can just simply by shifting your perspective and focus on the things that you do want and bringing about the things that you would like to have in your life before they even come. Changing your mindset lifts your mood. It changes your perspective and it helps you to become more creative. It opens up your wisdom and it opens up your creativity so that you put yourself in a position to move towards those things that you're so looking forward to. Let's see. We had some other folks join us this morning. My mom, you look lovely, daughter. Thank you, mother. Kim Wheatley Morris, thankful Thursday, beautiful people. Jay, feel better soon. Thanks for being here, Cassandra and friends. We give that right back to you, Kim. Thank you for being here. Sonia, I feel like we've been missing you. She said, good morning, fam 5. We are so glad that you are back with us. Hope you had a wonderful holiday with your family. And we're here to keep pushing through to the next holiday to make sure that we're keeping our mindset together and we are focused on what's going to serve us versus what's going to hold us back. So I had a little bit of extra time on my hands last night. I can't do much around my house because it's in total chaos while we're having some work done. So I thought a lot about what I wanted to share. What I want you all to do is already start to think about what you're grateful for, and feel free to start dropping some gratitude in the comments. Let's just all over social media. Let's start to share what we're grateful for and create a gratitude wave across LinkedIn, across YouTube, across Facebook. I think we're also on Twitter. So wherever you are, wherever you're watching us from, start to drop in the comments what you're grateful for as we go through the rest of this morning's show. So I want to bring an acrostic. I haven't done this in a while, but I absolutely love quotes and I love acrostics. So our acrostic for today is thanks. And we're going to use the word thanks to help us really look at the power of gratitude and how it can serve us in our life and in the journey from where we are to where it is that we would like to be. So the T in thanks stands for transformative energy. When you are focused on the things that you don't have, when you are not feeling your best, your energy is so low. You feel, me and my husband were just talking about that. Sometimes, people have seasonal depression. There's not as much sunlight. You're in the house more. It's the clouds. It's moody outside. And that actually can have an effect on our psyche. It has an effect on our energy levels and how we feel. So we were just talking about that last night, how all this good stuff is happening, but just feel a little sometimes you just have that icky feeling. Well, when you notice that it's there, now that you have the awareness, you can do something about it. So this morning when I woke up a little early and I felt good and refreshed, but I didn't jump out of bed right away. I laid there, and instead of doing my 3 things that I'm grateful for every morning, I did more. And I just kind of laid there and allowed gratitude to envelop me. And I just created this energy of gratefulness this morning before I ever took the first step to get out of the bed. And it helps. It transforms your energy. You feel lighter. You're more energized. You're more excited. You're more upbeat. You just have a different way of looking at the world. So the T is transformative energy. The H is a healing presence. Gratitude can give you a new way of looking at even the trauma in your life, because it can shift your perspective from here's all this bad stuff that happened to yes, it happened. I will never deny it. It wasn't right. I'm not saying that these things should have happened, but there's something that I got from that experience, right? I can focus on the gift of it, my resilience, my passion. Some of my passion comes from some of the things that I didn't like about how my life unfolded. Some of the things I didn't like about how I processed. In working through those things, I became more passionate and I became more compassionate for others, but I definitely learned how to care and love myself more. It's a healing presence. So allow gratitude to just soak into all of you and start and see how it can heal the pains of the past. It can prepare you to move through anything that's coming in the future. So transformative energy and a healing presence. Those are 2 of our gratitude, our thanks acrostics. And then it's an amplifier of joy. That's what the A stands for, which is one of my favorites. I can't get enough joy. I don't know about you guys, but if my tank is full of it, I still want some more, let it overflow. So I've got plenty to share with everybody else. So if you're feeling all right and you get into this space of gratitude, you're going to feel even better. It amplifies those good feelings, helps you to get those endorphins going and just to feel good in general. So allow gratitude to transform your energy. Allow it to be a healing presence and watch it amplify your joy. And it's nourishment for the soul. Think of it as the food, as the energy, as the nourishment that gets you at your core. When you're operating from a place of gratitude, you just feel warm. You get those warm and fuzzies. You feel full. You feel nourished. You feel better. And lastly, and this one is really important, it's the key to perspective shifts. If you're looking at something from a negative perspective, if you're looking at something from the point of lack or what didn't go right, that gratitude can be the very tool that can move you from that space into the positivity and seeing the blessings out of whatever it is that you have or whatever it is that you are experiencing. So it can definitely shift your perspective. It's key to that. And last, it sparks your resilience. It's a spark. If it begins as a spark. I remember as I was laying there, this morning wasn't so hard because I woke up feeling good. But some mornings when I feel, it's like, oh, is that really my alarm? Do I really have to get up? And you immediately start that negative self-talk, and you're not coming from a place of positivity. You can in an instant go, I'm grateful that I actually did wake up this morning. I'm grateful that I'm in a place to where I have an alarm that if I actually needed it, it's going to go off and going to help me get my day started. I'm grateful that I have something to do today, somewhere to go, a way to get there. I'm waking up with a roof over my head. And before you know it, it's just spilling off the tongue, all the thing, because one thing leads you to another thing. And before you know it, you realize just how much you have to be grateful for. And when you look back at everything that you've gone through, all the things that you've accomplished, you realize just how resilient you are. Everything that was designed to trip you up, everything that was supposed to hold you back, everything that was supposed to be that thing that was going to break you, you've already come through them. You may be facing one right now, but if you just take a moment and look back over your life, you will realize that you've already overcome every single one that's come up to this date. So if you've overcome all of those, you are absolutely capable of overcoming this one as well, right? And so it helps you to realize just how resilient you are. So if nothing else, those negative experiences in your life, those difficulties that you've come through, if they don't teach you anything else, they'll teach you you're resilient. They'll teach you that you can do hard things. They teach you can keep moving through those obstacles. And on the other side, you're still intact. Your integrity is intact. Your joy is intact. You may need to amplify it. So you just grab the gratitude and allow it to help you get to a better headspace. But everything that you have come through is a testament of your resilience. So that's it. I'll run through them really quickly again. So when we say thanks, we're talking about transformative energy, taking your love for you from low to high. We're talking about healing presence, helping you to find the gift in the things that you've overcome. It's an amplifier of joy. It takes the good and makes it great. It's nourishment for the soul. And it is a key to your perspective shifts. And lastly, the spark to your resilience. It is a reminder of just how resilient you are. All right, so that's what I had to share with you guys this morning. I know it was a lot. If you're taking notes, I did try to flash it on the screen so you guys had a chance to write it down. So that's my share for this morning. And the first one in the room with me was my sister, Denise Annalee. So Denise, I am going to pitch it over to you for whatever it is that you would like to share with us this morning. But before we do, let me check out the comments. Let's see. Hello, Jose. That's every time I see Jose, I can't think of anything but gratitude to know that he came through everything that he came through, and he is here and he is supporting and he is sharing what he learned from such a traumatic experience with the world. Jose, I'm going to put you at the top of my list this morning of something that I am grateful for. My mom, Joanne, said, I'm grateful that I awakened this morning. I'm thankful that I'm in my right mind. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful that I know that God loves me. Amen to all of that. Prudence says, I'm thankful for life. Justin M said, good day to the fam 5. Hey, Justin, good to see you back. My girlfriend Trina is in the house. Y'all, Trina is our choreographer. We go to the same church, and we actually have a ministry that's a dance ministry. So we take songs, gospel songs, and she incorporates them through dance, and she teaches those dances to us. So we're actually preparing right now for Christmas Eve ceremony. So we'll be dancing on Christmas Eve. So Trina, I am grateful for you, for your gifts and for your talents and how you share those with the world. Justin says Sacktown. Well wishes to you, Jay. She said, and he also said, "Morning, Mama Joanne." And amazing. So Justin is with us from YouTube. So I think we're flying on all cylinders right now, guys. I see YouTube, I see Facebook, I see LinkedIn. So y'all keep that gratitude going. Let's spread it over all social media platforms that we're reaching this morning. All right. So with that, we are over to you, Denise.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mama J, Justin, Jose. Justin said Sacktown. Is he saying he from Sacramento? Whoop, whoop. That's my hometown, when I'm home. Anyway, I'm so grateful first just to even be sitting here. Like to be sitting, I always say in this little box because the Fam 5, you guys know, I do well in like real life. But when it comes to doing the online thing, I'm still getting used to it. I'm still getting comfortable with it. So as far as like the grateful heart and the thankful Thursday, I went on a hike, as you guys know, 2 weeks ago, 2 Saturdays ago. And man, that's the most physically challenged I've been in years. First of all, I'm not traditionally a hiker. I will work out and I consider myself fairly physically fit. But there were so many spots. I have so many videos and so many pictures that I haven't even shared yet. I haven't had a chance to get in my phone or in the other person's phone. There were so many spots where I just could not see with my physical eye. I could not see how we're going to get around this corner of rocks, how my ankle is going to sustain the climb. I had to wrap my ankle up. So many places were just, with my naked eye, it didn't make sense to me, which is why you have a hiking guide. They know what they're doing, right? But what I have learned from Miss Cassandra, I can hear your voice in my head reworking my words. And there was a time where I used to talk to myself. I'd be like, girl, are you crazy? Like, why are you out here? Okay, just go ahead. You can do it. Thinking I was encouraging myself, but actually when I'm telling myself, what were you thinking? That's a limiting thought. So when I was out there 2 Saturdays ago, I never said that to myself in my head. And I taught myself to do 2 things that morning. One, I did not express out loud any doubt at all. And at one point, the guide looked at me and he looked at the other person on the hike and was like, is she good? And I was thinking to myself, he could have asked me. So I just said, I'm good. I'm great. I'm coming. Of course, I was the slowest one. I'm not an experienced hiker, but I never said I wasn't good. In my mind, I was saying, you got this. You got this. God is good. God got you. You got this. Just pay attention. I was telling myself to be careful. I never said, are you crazy? What are you doing out here? And I had one moment where I remember thinking, this is tough, but you got it. Like I was saying something behind that. I was like, okay, this is tough. Never sweated this much in my life, but you got it. I just kept telling myself that. And now I look back for like 2 days, it was like I had went through an intense leg workout. And after that, you feel like you can't even walk the next day. You feel like you struggle to get off the couch. But I'm looking at it. I was so grateful first when I got back to the car when I finished. I was so happy and I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself. Like I want to do it again. I want to hike again. I want to hike another place. I want to go to another I want to find other falls here and hike again. I'm so proud of myself that I accomplished it physically, that I survived it physically. But more importantly, I am so thankful that I have this mindset coach in-house, right? That I can call on at any given time. I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for this team. But more so, that shift in my mind, that change in my mind to say, you got this, I can apply that everywhere. And I'm just so thankful for it. And I continue to be just proud of myself for that accomplishment. And every day proud of myself for making the shift and the change, making the adjustment to my thinking, and just knowing that even though I thought I was a very positive person, I know I'm a positive person. It makes a difference how I talk to myself. And I've completely changed how I talk to myself that nobody else but God and me hears. So that's why I share this morning. Thankful that you guys are all here. Thankful to be in this little box where I can share my story about what's going out in the real world. Back to you, Cassandra.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome share as always. And you're right. You pick up the phone and you call me anytime. And if I hear the phone, I'm going to answer. So, but that's what we do as a community. And it's just, that's something to be grateful for, is to know that you've got people who have your back. You've got different skill sets that you can call on when you're pondering. I'm hyped from our meeting on Sunday night. I went, man, that is a mastermind. That was a mastermind conversation. We were solving each other's problems. We were, figuring out different ways to work through things. And I'm grateful to have other brains that I can bounce my issues off of, and know that it's in a safe place and that it's coming with my best interest at heart. So knowing that in and of itself is something to be so grateful for. I'll warn you guys, it's the contractors are starting to come in, so it's getting loud. So I'm going to stay muted as much as I need to keep it from being too crazy on your end. I think the next person that joined us, was it Brian? I think it was Brian. So Brian, you want to go ahead and unmute and share your thoughts with us on gratitude?
I will, but I think it was Jay though. I think Jay
Oh,
was
was
up.
it Jay?
Okay, I'll
Yeah, it
go
was
next.
Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
I give him that. I see the look in his face. He was like, that wasn't you,
It was
B.
me. It was me.
It's well, I'm hoping that I won't be gassed out, so I'll take it. I'll take it.
We sending all that good positive energy your way, bro. You got this. You got this. You got this. We finally
I'll
got to do the spirit fingers, Denise.
spirit fingers.
So y'all, it's an
Here we go.
ongoing joke within the group. Denise says there's just certain mannerisms and things that I have that she absolutely knows that at some point in life I was a cheerleader. And she's absolutely right. So spirit fingers this morning on Thankful Thursday. No problem. No problem. All right. I digress. Over to you, Jay.
Thank you. I need all the spirit I can get this morning. But I look at it this way. I was up, and this is what I was telling the fam five this morning. I was up getting my meds and getting my vitamins. There's no excuse not to show up. If I'm awake, I should be here. And it's just how long can I keep it up? But I'm here. What I wanted to talk about, it's really good to hear that Cassandra's message um, in what she said about thanks, right? What each of those letters means, um, because in my own personal life at this moment, there's there's a lot of things that may be a little bit trying for any family. Um, just last night, we were part of a live stream that um, my wife Renee um, was a part of. She could not make it back home to say goodbye to her father, and just not being able to be there physically, but being there to show our support and to say goodbye virtually. It was difficult, right? Um, and we still have another family member in the hospital as a result of um, coming down with the flu. When you're an older person who has already some ailments, there the flu can be a really hard thing on some of the older folks. And so these are the things that our family is currently going through, but it's not something that that is pulling us down. Um, and we lean on each other and we lean on our faith so that we can push through. And if that's the case, emotionally, then physically I can push through this sickness that I have. And I recognize my responsibility to my family here, and I recognize my responsibility to the audience now. now that I'm a part of this, people look to us for ways to understand how it can help them throughout their day. And I don't take that responsibility lightly, especially if I'm sharing the word of God every day. And so today, the word I'm receiving is the first book of Timothy, chapter 4, verse 4 and 5. Since everything God created is good, we should not reject any of it, but receive it with thanks. For we know it is made acceptable by the word of God and prayer. And if you're not Christian, meditation, right? Being thankful, being grateful for the blessings, the abundance, what you have currently will make you, should make you understand that you've come through so much so far in your life that there's more beauty to go. There's more out there that life has to offer. Despite some of the things that you may see as obstacles or adversity, some of the things that you've worked the hardest for, if you just realize it, have been the biggest blessings you've ever had. Just remind yourself of that. Some of the things that you have experienced that you consider some of the hardest or arduous things in your life, at the end of that, you have you've come away with the biggest blessing. And so these are the things that I think about in times like this. What blessing will I receive? Will my family receive following what may be a really trying time for us? And this illness, it, this too shall pass. And so here I am in support of those that look to me for support and for the audience. And this is it. This is what I'm here for. I want to talk about hikes for a minute because of my sister Denise brought it up. Um, I have many stories about hiking and hiking in the jungles of Guam in 96 degree weather with humidity at 110%. it it's very trying, in terrain that's uphill, downhill, and sideways. And that's not even a euphemism or an analogy. It's real. And so um I was not prepared. I actually won't tell those stories yet. I'll tell you about a story where I went to cover a story as a news journalist. We were looking at the endangered species of fruit bat on the island of Guam, where I'm from. I did not know what it took to get there. First of all, they didn't prepare us for what it was that we were meant to do to get the footage and to see them in their natural habitat. First, we had to go on the U.S. military base on the island, and at the time, they were on heightened alert, and we pulled into an area that was sensitive. We did not know. We didn't. The person who was our guide knew, but he didn't know how they were going to respond. Within 3 minutes of us parking, a Humvee came around out of nowhere in the jungle, and a 50 cal was aimed at us. That was the that was our first obstacle. That was really scary. And we had to, of course, be mindful and respectful and listen to every word that was being told to us, and we listened to every command. And then we we were told we're going to go see these fruit bat, and we went through a hike. And then part of that hike, literally, I had to shimmy between the cliff ledge and a tree to get down to a point where we could walk. And my cameraman looked at me and said, I hope we don't fall. This camera is $10,000. And I thought to myself, forget the camera. $10,000? That's nothing. My life. Come on. Um, but finally, we were able to go across this cliff, and really it was a cliff line, and we were looking straight down at water. And so it was a it was a really harrowing experience, but it was one that I will never forget. And we had the best footage ever of these fruit bat in the wild, something that hasn't happened in years. People haven't seen that, haven't seen a fruit bat at that point in 30 years. And so the fact that we were able to get that footage was phenomenal and amazing. But it took us going down this cliff. It took us coming head to head with guns pointed at us, right? Sometimes, we experience all these things, but in the end, we were able to get this footage that nobody else had in years. But we had to experience all that to get that beautiful footage, to get that story right. And sometimes this is what we're going to have to experience in our life, but the story that comes from it, the beauty that comes from it, the amazing things that will occur following all of that, you won't see it until you get to it. You won't see it until you push through it. And this is important to understand. And before I go off more on a rant and lose my voice, I'll throw it back to you, Cassandra. Thank you so much.
Sis, can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
Oh, Brother Jay said some great stuff there, but I just had this image of a shimmy. He said he shimmied. I just had to say that.
The Fam Five will never miss the opportunity for the punchline. When you're feeling better, Jay, you're going to show us how to shimmy. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. But that was the big takeaway for me from all of that. When we tie it back to Thanksgiving, being grateful is kind of how you summed it up. You can focus on, from your journey, you can focus on all the difficulties that it took, or you can focus on the results as a result of the shimmy and all the other things that you had to do to get there. This amazing footage was captured. Otherwise, something that had not been seen in 30 years still would not have been seen. But you went through your trials, your tribulations, your obstacles. You went through those difficulties, and something beautiful came out of that. And that's what life is. We are going to go through stuff, but that amazing footage, that difficulty will bring you something that you otherwise never would have experienced. But if we're not careful, we miss that precious footage because we're so overwhelmed, so focused on the difficulty in the first place. So I'm not ever going to say, just push it away, just act like it didn't happen, just focus on the positive, pretend. No, I'm not saying pretend it didn't happen. I'm saying, but be open to receiving and allowing yourself to experience the blessing on the other side of it, because every difficulty does have some blessing, even in our losses. I try to be careful because I know sometimes people are right in the thick of stuff. But what I want to say to you, if that's where you are, is not that we're discounting the struggles that you're having, but what we're saying is this too will pass. If you will continue to put one foot in front of the other and move through that situation, that you're going to come through it better on the other side, stronger, more aware of what you're capable of, more compassionate, having more passion. What that gift is unique to you and your experience, but there is a gift. So just keep moving forward so that you don't get stuck in the storm, but that you get that beautiful sunshine, that rainbow that comes after the storm. That's what we're talking about. We don't discount the storm, but we do know that there's a rainbow, and you're no different. You may not see it yet. The clouds may be dark, but I promise you the clouds are going to break and your rainbow will appear. All right. So we have quite a few messages that have come through. So let me take a look and then it'll be over to you, Brian. So Emmanuel said hello. Let's see. It's good to be a part of this community today, to learn something positive and to get education in line with productivity expression too. Thank you, Emmanuel. My mom was clapping you on and sending you hearts, Denise. Devin joined us from LinkedIn and he said, thankful Thursday. Trina sent you a prayer, Jay, as you were sharing your story. She said, Lord, touch. And that's just inviting him in to whatever the situation is and asking him to lean his ear towards you and your family as to help you as you continue to go through. And definitely give Renee a warm hug and love from the Fam Five. We love her just as much as we love you. So we are definitely feeling you guys' pain and are lifting you up virtually the best way that we possibly can. From YouTube, we've got the Empty Nest Entrepreneur. I'm so grateful and thankful to be a part of the Cassandra Terry Morning Show. Well, thank you for that. It has blessed my life. This is my first YouTube Live. I will be sharing more videos later. Happy to be here. My mom says, amen, Jay. You are so awesome. You're putting others ahead of yourself. That's the God in you. You are sowing good seeds, and good seeds you shall reap. Thank you for that, Mother. Speaking life over our brother. We appreciate it, and I know he does. Kim Wheatley Morris says, Linda Purcell Taylor, hi. Thank you for your service. Emmanuel, I am thankful and grateful for the life God has given to me. I feel thankful for the year 2023 so far. So good, because it's worth to be thankful to God and be grateful to the things God has created for us to enjoy from as a gift of life. And then Kim also said, grateful for love. I'm grateful to get it, receive it, and to spread it. Yes. Thank you for that, Kim. That's awesome. All right. Brian, it looks like you may be, we just lost him. So Eric, let's go ahead and go over to you. And when Brian gets his feedback, we'll let him close us out.
Absolutely. He can jump in whenever he comes on.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Rising, Fan 5, everybody in the listening audience. I know we're on multiple platforms this morning, so thankful Thursday to everyone. And so what I would like to share this morning, because again, it's, and we spoke about this not yesterday, but the day before, this grieving process has really not allowed me to process in the same way. And so I have to just be honest and accept that, not fight that, share what I'm processing or going through, that I'm willing to, and accept that, and be grateful. And so the first thing I wrote down is what my brother Brian always says: grateful to be on this side of the grass, first and foremost, just to have the opportunity. Right. I might accept the fact that, or need to accept the fact that I need to slow it down a little bit today. I might not be as active online as I typically am. I might need to conserve more of myself because my cup isn't running over. Right. So I don't have to give. And that concept for me, that visual for me, is so important because when I check in with myself, uh, and I'm aware that my cup isn't running over, then it's a no compromise. I don't have room to give, and so I'm not in a place to give, and I accept that. And so as I'm grounding, as I'm present, as I'm sharing stories that come to me that day as I'm grounding, I'm just very aware that I'm in this moment and accept that, and just accept that for what it is. And so, Cassandra, before I throw it back to you, I just want to be mindful to let you know how grateful I am that you continue to be that positive mindset queen in our universe, because that, like Sister Denise said, that is what's playing in my mind, right? When those self-limiting beliefs or statements come up, attacking them with those positive affirmations, saying the reverse, and really attacking the source of that and that negativity, and focusing our mindset on what it is that we're going to accomplish. And so really being forward in that process, hitting the source where it's at, and then focusing my energy and time on the things that will promote my empowerment. So the grounding, these conversations, right? Being with my tribe, allowing them to pour into me, um, being there for Jay and for folks that need me, who are also pouring into me, right? So I can sit on the phone with Jay and listen, right? And so those are the things that empower me when my cup isn't full. And so recognizing that it isn't full in this moment, focusing on the things that will uh, help me restore or return to uh, my full self, is just where my focus is this thankful Thursday. So just really in gratitude. I see the sun coming over my shoulder, and I'm above ground. So just really grateful this morning, Cassandra.
Thank you for that, Eric. And I think it's really powerful, what you shared. You are showing up in the way that you can show up.
It's
You're
nerve
you're,
wracking
you're very
sometimes.
clear.
I'll
You're
be
very.
honest. I'll be honest.
Say that again.
I said sometimes it can be a little stressful to know that, like Jay said, that you're being leaned on to be a resource and feel empty when you cut the mic off. It feel like the words just fall out when I go to speak, and I know it's because of the grief. And so, versus being embarrassed or focused on the emotion or being disappointed, it's completely on, I understand what's going on, being present, being grateful, and starting from there. Just be grateful, and then you'll be able to move forward. I see we got Brian back with us, my brother Brian back with us. So I don't want to go too long, but it just made me think of that. It's just not easy. It's really not easy.
Yep, I totally understand and respect that. It is absolutely not easy when you're in a place to where you need to be poured into, you need to be cared for. Sometimes it's very, very difficult um, to do anything else. And that's okay. The important thing is to recognize where you are. And if you need to plug in and be poured into, that's a part of our journey too. And that's a to recognize that and to know that you have spaces where you can recharge. Take advantage of that. Give your body, your soul, your spirit, everything. Give it what it needs. And sometimes, sometimes just sitting in the swing may be all that there is. There may not be any words, and that's okay. Sometimes there may be days where you're not going to show up at all because you just need to take care of Eric. That's okay. The same message for you that we had for Jade yesterday. There is nothing more important than taking care of you, the person, the vessel, because everything that is designed for you to give has to come through you. And in order for it to come through you the way it should, you need to be healthy and whole. So take the time that you need and show up in whatever form and whatever frequency is healthy for you, and then we're here to support whatever that is. There's no right or wrong. There's no prescription for this. There's no handbook for grief. I mean, there's some things that we know about the cycle, the different phases and things like that. But what I know above everything is each person is unique. We were all designed differently. So what you need at any point in time for your journey may look very different for someone else who's going through something similar. So that's why we don't even bother with comparison. You just tap into you and what you need and go from there so that you can continue to, to find your way back to center. Because right now everything's off balance. And to get your balance back, it's going to take some time. And so just take that time and do what you need to do, and everything else will align when and as it's supposed to align. All right, I hear the saw in the background, so there's probably a lot of background noise now. So let me mute, and Brian, we're going to kick it over to you.
Thanks, Cassandra. I'm listening to all of these shares this morning, and I'm hearing tales of hiking. I'm hearing tales of cups overflowing or not overflowing, journey traveling, waking up with a mindset of empowerment. And I can't help but reflect on the quote. Gratitude opens the door to the power, the wisdom, and the creativity of the universe. You open the door through gratitude. And the reason that quote stuck out to me this morning, I was reflecting on a message that had been delivered to me some years ago about how our minds are battlefield, and you have to charter and direct your thoughts, not be led by your thoughts. What that means is you have to be the commander of your mind and not the soldier, right? Because if you're the soldier of your mind, you're only being led by your thoughts, and you're not in control of your thoughts. So let me break this down just a little bit, right? Our brains are not creation stations. They are sending and receiving stations. And the reason this quote means so much is that when you accept that fact, when you open your heart and your mind and your spirit up to gratitude, then your mind is attuned to direct and charter your thoughts, but it's attuned to charter and direct your thoughts in a positive way, in a way where you have the humility and the empowerment to understand where your thoughts, where your power comes from, right? We have the universe at our fingertips. We have everything waiting for us, but we have to fix our mindset first. Gratitude does that. Gratitude gives you the power to say, hey, today is going to be a great day. Hey, my cup is not overflowing right now. Let me bag up, let me get my thoughts together, and let me figure out what I need to do for me so that I can do for others, right? Or like Denise just said. Denise said, I couldn't see around this hill. Let me tap into my guide, right? And not just that physical guide, but my spiritual guide. Where should I go next? And like Jake was saying, with the journey, right? Just because it's bad right now doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. There will come a time of sunshine, but you have to be grateful for every step of the journey. That gratitude gives you that empowerment to be the commander of your thoughts. Being the commander of your thoughts gives you the ability to see things in a different perspective, to see things as, okay, this may be bad, but it's for my good, right? And when you see it from that perspective, it's all good all the time. Everything is good because it's working for your good. That's all I had this morning, fam. Thanks for letting me share.
I love it. It's all good all the time because everything is working for your good. If we could just remember that. It may be dark right now, but I know what I'm going through is going to bring me light that I may have never experienced otherwise. And if we can just remember that, it helps us to keep emotionally together while we're going through whatever it is we may be experiencing. So thank you for that share. Let's see. I think we've got a couple of comments from my mom. She says, that reminds me of a song, The Other Side of Through. And she said, Eric, awesome. Even though you say your cup is not full, you are still giving. I appreciate your honesty and all the grounding that you do. All right. So I think, guys, we have come to the end, and it's really good that it is happening now before it sounds like a full construction zone here. So I thank you all so much for your shares. I thank you guys across all the different platforms of social media for all of your engagement. My mom said, great, Brian. Everything works together for the good of those who love the Lord. Amen. So thank you for all of your engagement this morning, all of those gems that you guys have shared. So as we were pouring out, you were pouring back into us, and we are grateful for that. That's how we keep our cups full. You all are a part of our recharge, and we are grateful for that. I'm asking everybody to continue to share the live even after it's over. Let's see if we can continue to grow our listeners in every form of social media. So wherever you are, tell somebody. Bring somebody back with you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. So on Friday, the topic is focus. So we will talk about focus and the tool it is and how it helps you go from where you are to where it is that you would like to be. So with that, we are coming to the close of the Cassandra Terry Morning Show. Be back here tomorrow, 7:15 a.m. Central for Focus Friday. Go off and have a wonderful Thursday on purpose. Purpose it in your mind, purpose it in your heart, purpose it in your spirit that you are going to have a grateful day. You're going to have a wonderful day. You'll be thankful for what comes. You'll take the lessons out of the things that don't necessarily serve you well. Take the lesson from it and put the rest of it away and just keep moving forward. Thank you, guys. We will see you back here tomorrow morning, 7:15 a.m. Central for Focus Friday. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.